You have voted for umbrella, elite, and you were suffering. You voted for broom, they sweep you into poverty. Now we want you to vote for human being so that we can start building Nigeria. Don't vote for anybody because it's from the north. Do not vote for them because of religion. No religion buys bread cheaper. Don't vote because it's their turn. It's nobody's turn. It's your turn to take back Nigeria. For this country, I do not wish them to go on. But if anything happens to them, their family will never be alone.
Fellow Nigerians, all our best hopes for Nigeria are achievable. By every measure, Nigeria can be a better, stronger country. We can be a nation of peace, a place of shared prosperity where everybody is somebody, and equal justice under the law is enjoyed by all our citizens. In a few weeks, our country will go to the polls to elect political leaders and a president to lead our nation for the next 4 years.
Where are these guys? I told you people said the elections are not won on social media. The man that was called the social media president has taken over social media, now going to the street and has collected it from you. You are now on the ring light. When I know they use Trojan for the record, I never see anything. You thought this election was between the APC and the PDP. You never know. You never knew what was coming up. Now you have seen that the election is between the old cabal of Nigerian political class and a new Nigerian that is about to emerge. That is it. I just the thing with that. I never know. Now tell me, Mila, Speaker of the House of Rep, you are not putting on studio light. You are not using ring light to not do video to post social media to convince me, you that have been speaker for how many years? 8 years. What have you done? All these things you are saying now, which legislation, which checkmating of the executive, which law, which bill did you pass for you to not make it sound as if this thing you are saying now makes sense to you? It makes sense to you. Where you did this, guys? So you thought it's going to be as usual. Atiku will win permutation. He will give to Tinubu. Tinubu will use the southern element. Oh, don't vote to the north. It's time for the south. Emiloko, back. Election end. We'll put another idiot into power for another 8 years. Then we are there strong. We'll not be crying in the street. Go for big party. We took it guys to the cleaner. See Peter Obi now when they say na social media president. Election on social media. The other one saying an Nollywood actor. See him for street. Look at him on the street of Nigeria. In various videos. They know that they say we doesn't know him. I don't see videos of him anywhere. Even in Gombe. As in that Gombe shocked me. Even in Gombe state. This election, at least Nigerians have spoken for once that you don't take us for granted. We are very resilient, very patient. But you cannot think. I don't have time. I don't have the energy to talk for a long time. I want to show you a couple of videos. Peter Obi has been speaking. It's few days to election. Let us remind ourselves that we have the best, at least in the current democracy of this country, the current session of democracy, this republic. This is the best presidential candidate we have ever put forward. Ever. No jokes, no disrespect. No disrespect to what Yaradua, Jonathan, and the rest have done. Again, I've said it before. Jonathan was a prolific president. Another man that just came there and did nothing. But of course, because Buhari did not do anything, it's making us remember that Jonathan. So when I see people say, I spoke to you people about Buhari, stop it! Jonathan was even the one that led us here. If the massive support Jonathan got in 2011, if he had interpreted that into democratic dividends for Nigerians, we not even seen Buhari in the first place. And that's why we are sacking all of you. All of you should go and arrest. Watch these videos. Watch a couple of videos of Peter Obi speaking from his heart. The things he has said in recent times that has busted my head. My renewed conviction of Peter Obi's changing the narrative and getting on board and delivering results. See, it's not shaking at all. It's not fluctuating. It's steady. I know it's steady. And also listen to Professor Mulumba, one Africanist and a political scientist that has toured Africa, sharing ideas of how Africans can wake up. Unfortunately, he spoke to the Nigerian political class in the parliament. They were all clapping. They left that meeting doing nothing. And that's what we keep seeing in this country. When it's time for election, they'll be speaking sense. After election, they'll go back to their usual state of not understanding the problem of this country, not even ready to solving it. Now they are not aware. Oswald. You think it's business as usual. Watch this video and share this video. Let it go as well as possible. We are coming. Nigeria is about to happen. I am so confident. Don't disturb yourself. I'm telling you, get your PVC, be ready to vote. Don't worry. We have our political permutations. Some of us are smart enough to understand the permutations. We know all that. We also understand that the streets. See, there is something that you guys don't know. Many people supporting PDP and APC publicly now will vote Peter Obi on the election day. They know that Peter Obi is the best candidate. They know.
Just a minute. Let's go.
I will not allow any form of criminality as president of Nigeria.
Feel like what?
Hey, the amount of fuel they say we consume cannot be consumed by this country.
I was suspecting it.
There's an empirical evidence. We are about the same size as Pakistan.
No.
Pakistan, we are about 210, 220.
Yes.
Pakistan is about the same size. They have more roads.
Okay. Now point.
You probably have same number of vehicles, or they have even more. Yet, their fuel consumption is a third of ours. So who is drinking the balance?
I don't know.
God have mercy upon us.
Do not vote for anybody because it's from the north. Don't vote for anybody because it's from the north or from ethnicity. Do not vote for them because of religion. No religion buys bread cheaper. Is there anywhere Muslims buy bread cheaper? Is there anywhere Christians buy bread cheaper? Don't vote because of religion. Don't vote because it's their turn. It's nobody's turn. It's your turn to take back Nigeria. Election this year is election to start building a new Nigeria. And that new Nigeria can only come when you vote people who are competent. When you vote people who have character. When you have people who have compassion. When you have people who have physical and mental energy to do the job. You have voted for umbrella, elite, and you were suffering. You voted for broom, they sweep you into poverty. Now we want you to vote for human being so that we can start building Nigeria.
Today, when we are sick, unless you are suicidal, you don't go to a hospital in Africa. You go outside. You go to India. You go to London. Even ministers for health in African countries will never go to those hospitals. Why? Why? Yet, we have the Abuja Declaration on Health. On the air skies, the skies, the only African airline that is running and makes profit is the Ethiopian airline. Yet we have the Yamoussoukro Declaration on free skies. Most airlines have died. Nigeria, dead. South Africa, dead. Ghana, dead. Gambia, dead. Others which claim to be airlines with a single aircraft which their president can take at any minute without any warning, dead or dying. How can a continent be in that space? Look at little Qatar. Little Qatar. Qatar is smaller than the state of Bauchi. Smaller. Look at the stadia that they have built in 8 years with one resource, natural gas. Compare that, permit me to speak my mind. Compare that with Nigeria. The 5th largest producer of oil on earth. And yet they are accused of fail in the capital. How can we excuse that? How can we possibly excuse that? With gas from the Delta, we are flaring the gas. The Democratic Republic of Congo, with minerals worth $34.1 trillion under her belly. What is she famous for? War.